All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're exploring an idea that's, well, it's really simple, but it's also incredibly powerful. It's all about how we can restore a connection to the wild by taking down the invisible fences that are keeping us out.
Yeah, that quote right there, it hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? We're not talking about actual barbed wire fences here. No, this is about something else entirely. We're talking about fences made of paperwork, of complicated legal trusts, stuff that started with the best intentions but ended up accidentally locking away the very lands they were supposed to protect. And in the process, it's cut off both people and wildlife from places they deserve to be.
Okay, so first up, let's break down this core problem. Land that's been locked away from the very people who are ready and willing to take care of it.
And here's the thing that's kind of wild. These barriers, they aren't malicious. Nobody set out to do this. It's really just a case of good intentions getting all tangled up in legal red tape. Imagine a forest, but instead of trees, it's made of paperwork, and it's grown so thick that it's basically become a wall. A wall that stops good people from doing good work, and it stops wildlife from getting the healthy habitats they desperately need.
But, for every problem, there's a potential solution, right? So let's shift gears and talk about the movement that's actually dedicated to untangling this whole mess and, well, opening the wild again.
And this is it. It's called Wildlife Parks Unlimited, or WPU for short. And I love their approach because it's so direct, so focused on community. What they do is they take donated lands, a lot of times the exact pieces of land that are tied up in all that red tape, and they work to transform them into parks. But not just any parks, member-supported parks that are designed to serve both us and the ecosystem.
So what's their game plan? It's basically this 4-part mission, and it's just brilliant. See, they don't just get the land and call it a day. No, they actively restore it. And look at how each point here is a direct answer to the problem we just talked about. They remove the barriers, they bring in the people who want to be good stewards, they get laser-focused on ecological health, replanting native species, helping pollinators, and, this is the big one, they reopen these amazing natural spaces for the community to use.
So you're probably wondering, what does one of these places actually look like when you visit? Well, it's not about building some huge resort, not at all. It's all about thoughtful, low-impact access. Think simple trails for exploring, maybe some picnic tables, and basic facilities right near the entrance. The whole idea is to create these incredible opportunities for wildlife watching, for photography, and sometimes even for camping, but the camping is located next to the park, not in it, to keep the impact super low. It's just nature, but made accessible for all of us.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting. Gaining access to these parks, it's not like buying a ticket. It's more like making a commitment. And that brings us to what they call the member promise, which is basically the code of conduct that holds this whole community together.
And this part is just so important. Being a member isn't just about paying a fee. It's about being a steward of the land. It's a shared promise that you're not just going to use the land, you're going to serve it. Every single one of these promises, from keeping the parks clean to just promising to be a lifelong learner, it turns every single member into a real active part of the mission. You basically become a role model for what conservation should look like.
And that quote, membership is a privilege, not a right. That says it all, doesn't it? It just drives home the responsibility you take on when you join WPU. You're not just a visitor, you're an ambassador for this whole idea, trusted to do the right thing for the land and for everyone else who's part of it.
All right, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but what can I actually do? Like me, right now? Well, you're going to love this next part, because it shows how you can start making an impact immediately, with some super simple actions.
And this is the key. You don't need any special equipment. You don't need to block out your entire weekend. The way they've designed the volunteer program is just brilliant. Your very first contributions happen right where you live. We're talking your own backyard, your street, or even just the closest little patch of grass.
Just look at how easy this is. Your first week isn't some huge, exhausting project. It's about observation. It's about reconnecting. Day 2, you snap a photo. Day 4, you just share 10 words about something you noticed outside. These aren't just random, tiny tasks. They're designed to help you build a habit of really seeing the nature that's already around you. And together, it starts to create this amazing shared map of places that could use a little TLC.
And to make it even more fun, they have these community events like Field Challenge Fridays. It's awesome. You just share a photo of your local spot, could be an alley, a fence line, anything, and you get a little digital badge and even get a shot at winning cool stuff, like a native seed mini kit. It's such a simple, fun way to build that sense of community and literally turn these small actions into real-world habitat improvements.
So,
All of this leads to one final, very simple invitation: to join this movement and help it grow.
And getting involved couldn't be easier. They have a few different tiers. There's a free supporter level, which is great for just staying in the loop with newsletters and local events. Then you've got the full member for all access and a family plan too. The whole thing is set up to be super inclusive, so you can jump in at whatever level feels right for you.
But does one person really make a difference? Absolutely. It all boils down to this single number: 1. One person, one new member, one share on social media. Every single person who decides to join adds directly to the momentum of this whole thing.
And get this isn't just some feel-good slogan. It's literally their growth model. The power here is exponential. When you invite just one friend to join, you are quite literally helping to open up more land. That one action, that one share, has a real, tangible impact. It could mean another acre of wild space gets restored.
So if any of this is speaking to you, if this mission feels right, the next step is super simple. Just head over to their website. You can become a founding member and be a part of building this incredible thing right from the very beginning.
And that really leaves us with one last thing to think about. We started this whole conversation talking about those metaphorical fences, the ones made of paperwork. But maybe the very first fence that needs to come down is the one in our own minds, the one that tells us we can't really make a difference. So I'll leave you with this question. What fence, whether it's in your neighborhood or just in your head, what fence will you help take down first?